I'm currently stranded in the remote wilderness, miles away from any civilization. I have to survive the night and rappel down this 100-foot cliff with only one item: duct tape. Let's go build our shelter for the night. I want to keep my shelter off the ground because there's tons of critters and bugs. So I think the plan is to build a hammock, but there's not a lot of trees around. These look too tight. There's not really space for me to go in there. Ooh, these trees look great. There's a perfect spot for me to build some sort of hammock between all 5 of these trees. And then these branches serve as a natural roof. Let's give this a shot. No place like home. Kind of pokey in here. I don't know why, but the tape keeps ripping. Oh no. All right, one roll down. All right, time to test our first little hammock. Let's see if I can lay here all night. Oh God. I think we're gonna need more duct tape. These trees fight back. Gotta use duct tape to fix my tree wound to keep it clean. I started to wonder, if this tape can't even hold my body weight, how am I gonna rappel down a 100-foot cliff tomorrow? Oh my God. Man, my fingers are getting rubbed already. Now we're ready to rock and roll. My 3rd roll is almost gone. Okay, I used 6 times as much duct tape now, so this sucker should hold. Let's hope, otherwise I'm gonna spend another 2 hours making a new one. Oh man, that's not half bad. Man, this thing's really comfortable with this duct tape pillow. And good thing I got my duct tape blanket. Oh, I hate when my blanket sticks to itself. I guess at least it won't leave me tonight. Now that we have a working hammock, hopefully we can avoid building a roof to protect us from the elements. But to be ready for my descent tomorrow, I'll have to get a proper meal. Oh. But all we need now is to catch a fish. But to do that, I'm gonna need a boat. Well, since the only thing I've got is duct tape, that means it's time to build a boat so we can go out on that lake and catch ourselves a fish. I got one part of the boat. Here's the other side. Now, we just need a couple sticks for the middle. Whoa! That did it. Roll number 7. I think we're running out of time. Oh man, the rain clouds are building. I've got to make this boat work so we can get out there and catch a fish before it gets dark. Now we need a paddle so I can actually get some. Perfect. Although I spent all this time building a boat, it was time to see if it actually floated. The duct tape boat actually works. Look at this thing. It is so beautiful out here. This has got to be one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. You know, even though some of these videos are super hard to make, I don't know who else can come out here and make a duct tape boat and hang out. But this moment of high didn't last long because I noticed something was off. While I was taking in the pretty sights around here, I got to thinking we might have a huge problem. I haven't seen a single fish, and something tells me they're spawning right now, so that means they won't be here. The sun's starting to set, and I am getting a little cold. So this entire raft might have been a waste. So I guess we can dock our boat, and then I'll run all the way up to the stream to see if we can catch any fish up there by hand. But first, I've got to paddle this giant behemoth back to shore. That's not easy. Everything's going wrong, and I'm not even sure how I'm gonna manage climbing down the cliff tomorrow. Let's go try and catch some fish now, before I starve to death. Boy, was I right. You can totally see the fish getting scared as I come by. Look at that. I don't even think I can grab one with my hands. They're too quick. So I better catch that sucker quick, or I'm going hungry tonight. Let's give this one more shot. My fishing hook really sucks. They are not interested at all. Man, we are running out of daylight. Only that tiny bit left on the mountain. It's gonna be cold tonight. I guess I'll have to eat something else tonight or just go hungry. So we better head back so I can start a fire and hopefully purify some water because I barely had anything to drink today. Well, I just made it back to camp after fishing. As you can see, the sun is all but gone and it is starting to get really cold out. So we better get a fire rolling. So if it all goes right, this should spark. That is not working at all. This thing's gotta be the wrong type of metal. I'm glad I had another trick up my sleeve. Next, we're gonna try the stick and drill method. Man, who would have thought our fishing line would come in handy? This is working really well. Well, no smoke yet. I think what we're gonna have to do, I'm tearing this up in the tiniest pieces I can. I hate to say it, but I might have to use my emergency lighter tonight. I hate using a lighter, but in times like these, it's too dangerous out here for me to not have a fire. Especially with the cold, but for other reasons you wouldn't expect. Like there's literal wolves in this canyon. Now that I've got a fire going and I can dry off my feet, it's time to get some water going, because I haven't had much to drink and I'm feeling dehydrated. So what I'm thinking I can do is stack these duct tape rolls together and then wrap duct tape around the outside to make a duct tape cup. So now that I've got this, I'm gonna turn it into a pouch. Pinch the ends here on the bottom and then roll. Now look at that, a duct tape cup. This water right here is fresh, but we need a way to purify it to make sure that there's no harmful bacteria that's gonna make me sick for weeks. But now we need a way to filter the water before I boil it. And I'm thinking I know just the way. See, if I, look at that. So now we can put this one right here like that, and it'll soak up the water and then dribble it down. Now I just need to keep this top one filled up and all that water should just slowly make its way down to this other one. Water filter if I've ever seen one. Hopefully the armpit juices don't add too much flavor. I was just hearing some weird noises in the woods. It hasn't even made a drop yet. See, the trick is I can't put my duct tape cup over the fire because it'll just melt. So I've got to use that quart to throw that in there to rock boil. There's just about the right amount of water in there, so hopefully it'll work. So I've got to very carefully lower this quartz in. Oh. Well, at least it's boiling. Look at all that water I can drink. Yummy. I couldn't even manage to get a proper meal for tomorrow, and now I don't even have water. I don't know how I'll be able to rappel down the 100-foot cliff safely. Well, after contemplating my life for a while, I think it's time to just go drink the creek water and hope I don't get sick. Bottoms up. That was much needed. All right, well, now that my thirst is quenched and we haven't eaten, I think it's time to head back to camp, reinforce our shelter, add some branches to really make it warm tonight, because that's one thing I'm not gonna compromise on, is being cold tonight. So this tree is gonna get a little trimming, but boy, am I gonna be warm tonight with that. Okay, we've got quite the pile. Another roll bites the dust. I guess it's finally time for me to crawl in bed. This is actually really comfortable. How crazy is that? Well, we drank the potentially contaminated water. We ate no food and just got taunted by fish. But I am super happy with how this turned out. Let's hope this thing survives the night, and then tomorrow we can build our rope and rappel down that 100-foot cliff to complete this challenge, so I can finally go home. I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm about to rappel down the side of a mountain using only duct tape, and if that isn't worth subscribing, then I don't know what is. We've got other awesome videos coming out that you won't want to miss, like camping while suspended from a 200-foot crane and digging and surviving in a massive hole. So if you want to see any of those videos and more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Man, there are ants crawling all over me. Oh, oh God. I'm gonna have to set an ant trap. Oh God, it's so late. I gotta get out, find a roll of duct tape, and crawl back in this thing. Man, I swear if an ant crawls on me again, I'm gonna burn this place down. Oh no, my pillow. All right, I'm just gonna try and get some sleep. I got really cold. I'm shivering. The sun, my friend. Now that the sun's up, all I have to do is build a rope to complete this challenge and get off the mountain. And I'm ready. Since just one strand of duct tape wasn't strong enough, I'm gonna weave all 3 of these together and hope that works. All right, that's 10 feet down, 180 to go. Okay, that's one sticky rope complete. Hopefully it doesn't rip itself. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. Man, is it hard to trust this duct tape. It's kind of weird balancing 2 ropes. That's the scary part. Okay. Even though I've got a safety rope, all my weight is on the duct tape, and if it fails, oh God, it's gonna hurt like hell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is gnarly. It's sticking to my pants. Oh. My duct tape rope is all the way up all the cracks I have. I would not recommend this. I'm already scared enough with real harness. Okay, on duct tape. Man, we're moving at a snail's pace. We have a long way to go. Oh, oh yeah. Today was such an awesome day. I love building that boat and building the hammock and seeing all those fish. It was an amazing day. Even though these videos are super hard to make sometimes, man, this is where it's rewarding. I love doing crazy stuff like this and having experiences that almost nobody else gets to have. And I hope it inspires you to get out there and adventure like this and do crazy stuff and push yourself to the edge. And you guys get to come along for the ride. Oh man, I'm never using duct tape again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more survival videos. I'd appreciate it if you stick around. Hey Meta, look and see where I am.
You are in a forested area with tall trees surrounding you.
Meta, I am stranded in the wilderness and I need to survive the night.
Thunderstorms are expected at 4 p.m., which is in about 1 minute.
I am totally just out in the open for a wolf. I'd be so glad to see the sun when it comes up.